So you want to be a data analyst, right? You know that SQL is the absolute key to getting in the door. But here's the thing. There's a huge difference between knowing some code and actually being job ready. So how do you cross that bridge? Today, we're going to look at a platform called SQL Learner that claims it can get you there. Let's dive in and see how it works. Does this hit a little too close to home? Yeah, you've watched the videos, you've read the tutorials, but then you're faced with a real problem and your mind just goes blank. It's such a common roadblock, and it's exactly what we're going to talk about today and explore a totally new way of learning that tackles this head-on.
The SQL learning struggle is, it's real. There is this massive gap between understanding what a simple select statement does and being able to confidently write these complex queries that actually solve business problems. Closing that gap, that is everything when it comes to landing that first data analyst job.
And these are the usual suspects, the things that trip us all up. You're drowning in theory, but you're starved for actual practice. You finish a course and you're kind of left thinking, okay, now what? You get stuck on some cryptic error message for hours. And the data you're practicing on, it's usually so simple it looks nothing like what you'll actually see in a real job.
But what if there was a smarter way to do all this? A way that's designed specifically to get you past those hurdles? Well, that's the whole idea behind SQL Learner. It's an interactive platform that's all about active problem solving instead of just, passively reading. Let's take a closer look.
The core idea here is super simple. You learn by doing. You get your hands on the keyboard and you actually write the code. With more than 300 interactive challenges, you're not just memorizing syntax, you're building real muscle memory. You're getting the kind of practical experience that employers are desperately looking for.
Okay, so another huge piece of the job-ready puzzle is the data you're practicing on. To really be prepared, you need to be working with data that's structured just like it would be in a real company. Those abstract two-column examples, they just don't cut it.
So instead of some boring little table, you're working with a professional-grade e-commerce database. And it's built on what's called a star schema, which is pretty much the industry standard for analytics. You've got this big fact table in the middle with millions of transactions, and it's surrounded by dimension tables with all the details about customers, products, you name it. Learning how to join all of this together is probably one of the most fundamental skills any data analyst needs.
And the best part? The whole learning environment is right in your browser. No complicated setup, no installations. You just write your code, hit run, and get feedback instantly. It's this super fast feedback loop that really speeds up the learning process. It lets you test ideas, fix your mistakes on the fly, and build up your confidence with every single challenge you solve.
But what happens when you get stuck? I mean, we all get stuck. In a lot of courses, you're pretty much on your own. But here, you have this built-in AI assistant that's basically like having a personal tutor, ready to jump in and help whenever you need it. The goal here is pretty straightforward. Get rid of the frustration that makes so many people give up. With an AI assistant on call 24/7, you can push past those moments that might otherwise stop you in your tracks. And it's not about just giving you the answer. It's about giving you a little strategic nudge to keep you thinking and moving forward.
Let me show you what I mean. So, say you're really struggling with a query. You can ask the AI for a hint. It's not going to just hand you the solution, but it might point out a flaw in your logic. Like, hey, you forgot to group by both the month and the year. It guides you to think more critically and ultimately find the solution yourself, which feels way better, right?
And this AI does more than just give hints. It can check your syntax, break down really complex queries for you, and even help you optimize your code. For example, it might suggest using something like union all instead of a less efficient operation. Now that is the kind of next-level skill that really impresses hiring managers. It shows you can write code that not only works, but works well.
So, how do you put it all together? You've got hands-on practice, a realistic database, and an AI mentor. How does all that actually combine to make you a job-ready expert? Well, it's all part of a structured path that's designed to take you all the way from beginner to pro.
As you get better, you move from just learning syntax to thinking about strategy. You'll start tackling these complex case studies that are just like real-world business problems. Then, you move into a special interview prep module with challenges that feel just like a technical screen. And it all leads up to these mastermind riddles. They're designed to make you super sharp at problem solving and optimization, so you're ready for absolutely any question they throw at you.
And when you complete the path, you earn a verified certificate. This isn't just a piece of paper, it's tangible proof of your skills. You can add it to your resume, put it on your LinkedIn profile, and it sends a clear signal to employers that you have the real, hands-on abilities they're looking for. Look, making that leap from just knowing the theory to actually being able to do the work, from feeling confused to feeling confident, it really just requires the right tools and the right environment. By focusing on these hands-on challenges and giving you intelligent support, platforms like SQLearner are really trying to close that gap. The path to a career in data is clearer than it's ever been. So the only question is, are you ready to take that first step?